2 of the Battle for Wesnoth walkthrough. I will be playing A Tale of Two Brothers on the higher difficulty. The story here is essentially just introducing two brothers. This is unfortunately a campaign with a weaker story, but welcome home. Arvith is not on great terms with his brother, but he still came for the village. And there's a dark mage. So, here's the plan. I will go stealthily with a handful of our best scouts and woodsmen. You demonstrate against him and kill his creatures. I will try to defeat Mordak himself with magic at an unguarded moment. You shall be the right hand and I the left. Just make sure you're there when we need you. The brothers have some beef, but for now, I'm facing someone with 200 gold versus my 25, but I have a whole bunch of troops to start with, and he has none. So it's about an even fight. I'm just going to send some folks to grab villages, and everyone else is going to move forward. Now, a quick note on damage types, because this hasn't been a big deal until now. My horsemen have a pierce attack. The spearmen have a pierce and a pierce attack. My one knight has a blade and a pierce attack. My archer has blade and pierce. And my footpad has bludgeoning that does very little damage. My army has 3 horsemen and 4 spearmen and not much else, so overwhelmingly I have piercing attacks. So I'm going to recruit a footpad which has bludgeoning, because pierce is not good against many undead, such as these 2 skeletons here, which have 40% blade and 60% pierce resistance, but they're vulnerable to impact. So yeah, I want impact. Now it's also nighttime, and I don't want to fight the undead at night, because they are chaotic, they're better at night. I am lawful, I'm better at day. Except my footpads, which are chaotic, but they're not really the damage dealers of my army, so mainly I just want to fight by day. Command V to see where people can go. I don't want to get into a fight just yet. I do want to get near the battle lines, and after recruiting one more footpad, I have 0 gold left. I'm getting 11 per turn, so even in one more turn I wouldn't be able to recruit anything, so I'm just moving forward. If I want to recruit, there's another keep here. Alright, the sun is rising. It's time to start attacking. Right here, I see a Dark Adept, which is a unit that is only ranged, so attack ranged units with melee, attack melee units with ranged. And so I can get a kill, and I haven't even taken damage. Great start. This guy is a footpad, and he is not loyal, so this is essentially an expendable unit, and as such, I'm going to put him right up front, where he will be tempting bait for my enemies. Everyone else is going to try to stand in more defensive positions. This is not much damage, but I am attacking melee with range, so at least I don't get hurt for it. And I do want to guard the water here. Overall, Command V shows where they can move, and for the most part, they're probably going to go for that footpad, because lots of enemies can gang up on one unit, and this is a game where enemies like to gang up on one unit. I'm going to use the N key, the N key, the next unit, to cycle through and see who's left. I haven't moved that guy. That guy can still move a bit. And I think, do I want to have this guy move up? He is loyal, so I'll just put him here. I think that's a safer position for him. My opponent also knows to use ranged against melee, and oh, I lost one horse. That's a shame. Alright, so now it is fully daytime, which is great. This is the best time for me to be fighting. And this is a one-hit kill, but I didn't hit. That is unfortunate. This is a one-hit kill. I did hit. That is more fortunate. For this bat, let's see. They didn't go for this guy, which I do find annoying. But let's see what I can do. All right, let's put you over here and bring you back. This is a one-shot, and I got it. I want to finish off this skeleton if I can. I don't think that I will this turn, but he's at 4 hit points, so he doesn't have much left he can do. I am actually going to step into the water here. The reason is that it prevents this bat from going anywhere, and I don't have necessarily enough to take him out this turn. Although maybe I can. Alright, I guess I just needed that many attackers. In any case, I am also going to go over here. And who do I have left? I have this spearman left. And do I want to start attacking here? I don't like that because they can drain response, and ghosts are a melee unit. I'll just go here. Oh good, they're attacking the bait that I wanted them to attack. Because so far I have had one loss, but it wasn't the loss I wanted. Alright, so now it's time to wipe out the bulk of the army. Let's see here. I think that I want to try to take out a ghost if I can. Although I really do need to deal with the skeletons first. They start doing a lot of damage at night. So I'm going to go here. And this should be a finish. Now, this guy I do also want to take out. Hopefully I can get it in one hit. No? Alright, maybe I can get it over here. Alright. I don't like having to deal with the bats swarming around. So I think I'd rather just take out this bat. Got a one-hit kill. Now, I want to get the ghost low enough that I can finish them with a charge. Oh, this is a one-hit kill. Nice. And you have 3 XP, so you're probably going to be a sacrifice. Let's just see. Ooh, nice. I hit with all 3, which means this is now a one-shot kill. 75% chance. I like those odds. So here you can really see how I'm racking up kills by day. Time of day is really, really important in this game. And I think I will take advantage of the favorable time of day here. And that's all of my guys. That's one of my bait. That's okay. Oh. Well, this guy's getting XP. Maybe he won't be bait. Alright, so it is dusk. Next turn I'm going to be at a disadvantage. So I want to see if I can take out the last couple ghosts now. This is 60% chance, which is not quite what I want. The reason it was low chance is that the drain could have healed him up after my first miss, but now it's 75. I like those odds. You are bait anyway, but I'm going to have you be bait here. You are potentially going to level, so maybe I don't want to consider you bait. Let's just start doing some damage to the ghost. Now, do I risk it? No, that's not a one-shot. What if I hit him a little bit? And a little bit more. Okay. The trouble is, although 9 damage is a one-shot, if I get hit by the first retaliation attack, then it's not enough. So I don't think I want to do that. I'm just going to throw a javelin and let you go off to a village. Villages are still good for healing. Oh, this is an easy kill. And you can go over here, I guess? I'll start grabbing villages. Alright, so it is nighttime now, but fortunately I have almost no enemies left. Total of 4 units, and I'm about to lower that number. 3 opposing units left. 2 opposing units left, and they're right here. Let's bring the cannon fodder to the front. And at this point, I have plenty of time left, 18 turns total. Still only 1 loss. Not the loss I wanted, but sometimes that happens. And let's just get everyone else to places they can heal. And I have 12 villages. I want to take out those last 2 villages to keep them for myself, and I will shortly. Excellent, he attacked the fodder. Oh, by the way, for whatever reason, Mordak will never attack. I don't know why. Sometimes the AI is strange. Regardless, I definitely want to attack this melee unit with ranged because then I get a bunch of free hits in. And do I want to attack here or here? I think I will just use the safe blade because I couldn't get killed. And then I'm going to try to finish them with this guy. And I do. Nice. You're basically healed. You can go to healing. And there's 1 enemy left, and he literally isn't about to attack, so I'm completely safe. It looks like Baron has not made the attack, and they immediately think Baron abandoned them, but, well, we'll hear about that more later. In any case, I have to defeat this guy myself, and I definitely could this turn, but I don't actually want to. The reason is I want him to get me 1 more guy to get experience against, so I'm just going to wait and let people rest and heal. He should be recruiting 1 more guy for me to attack pretty soon. That said, I'm going to start whacking for a little bit of XP. Sometimes you just have chances for little nuggets of XP, and it's important to take them. So, and remember he doesn't attack back, so I literally cannot die from doing this. And every time I do this, I get 2 experience points because he's level 2. Oh hey, he recruited that extra unit I wanted. Alright, so now it is time to get my little extra nugget of XP. And at this point, oh, let's get you some healing. After this turn I have 4 more turns left, so I'm definitely not worried. But I am thinking in terms of who I want to level. I definitely would like to get a Spearman to get some XP. None of them can level by themselves. Ooh, I definitely would like... oh, I think I want the kill with this guy. So, that said, I'm still going to get a little bit of XP this way. This cannot get me killed. And you could also end up leveling. And nobody else here really steps out, but I will get a little bit of XP here. Alright, so soon I'm going to get the kill. It's daytime now. I want the kill with this guy, although... I'll wait 1 more turn. The reason is I can get a tiny bit more XP here. And now let's see if I can get the kill here. There we go. What has become of my brother? Worried about him? Alright, well, apparently something happened to Baran. We'll see about it shortly. In any case, that wraps things up. Now, the early finish bonus is 16 gold per turn, meaning pretend you have all the villages and no upkeep, which is what I have anyway, which is why it's okay to linger till the last turn. Some scenarios give you plenty of turns to the point where you can just mess around at the end. The next scenario is not one of those. Now, briefly, if you are a new player struggling, one thing you can do is when you load the chase... Oops, well, hold on a sec. I accidentally clicked delete, so I'm going to get that back. That was unintended, but there's a simple way to fix it. I can just redo the replay, continue, and then end. Anyway, so as I was saying, when you load the game, you can, this second one I do not need, when you load the game, you can change difficulty and load. You can change it to beginner if you want to. And if you do, you will face something much easier. I'm not going to be doing that here, but this is the toughest scenario you're going to have as a beginner for quite a while. Now, to show why I need to not spend the 20 gold on recalls and instead only 14 on recruits, well, let's look at what we have here. 1, 2, 3 levels of elves, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 levels of elves right now. And in the settings, that's 60 gold, which is going to be enough for 3 more scouts, which means 15 levels of elves. And since I started out with 200 gold, if I just spent that on only recalls, then I would have 10 recalls. That's not enough when facing elves in a forest. So my main two solutions are 1, to stay out of the forest, and 2, to use a bunch of cheaper new recruits, with the understanding that many of them are going to end up dying. Now, melee attacks ranged, ranged attacks melee, meaning I want to attack this melee hero with ranged archers. However, I also want to take out this scout if I can. This is not a one-shot, but it is now. However, I don't want to do that yet because I still want time to recruit and recall. No, I'm going to have to do this a different way. The reason I'm doing this is that I want to form a defensive line in the forest here. Let's get the ranged attacks. Because I want to start doing more recruiting. I still have 90 gold after all. So I'll recruit a spearman here and another spearman here. And I do not... Yeah, no, that's fine. And one more here. I am going to recall this horseman because he is close to leveling. Do I want to do one more recall? I don't think that I do. I'm just going to recruit spearmen for the rest of it. Spearmen are awesome. When in doubt, use spearmen. Anyway, so it's still night, which means I definitely am not going to be doing a lot of damage, but that's okay. 1 kill, 1 loss. If I'm holding my own at night, that's good. Okay, so now I do not have enough money to recruit or recall. I have negative money. We'll fix that soon enough. But I still want to do ranged versus melee. Now, if I go here, I will level if I hit even once, which is good odds. But I'm going to be vulnerable to a lot of danger, so I don't think I want to. Let me just set up some one-hit kills for the horses in the back. Oh, well, I'm going to use my blade. Now, is this a one-shot kill? Not quite yet, but it will be if I attack here. And then I'm going to go here. Oh, you are... Now that I've thinned them out, I actually feel a lot better about doing this. Nice. And similarly, something to note, by the way, about the scouts is that if you look at their hit points, they have negative pierce resistance, so spearmen are excellent against them. That's why that dealt 6 damage per hit, even though this is a 5 damage attack. And my loyal units have each gotten kills, so I think I'll just go over here. Do I have anyone here I really want to give that kill to? Not really. Okay. So, 5 kills, 1 loss, and... Command V. Only 2 enemies can get in right now. Now, one of them is level 2, and I don't want my valuable knight to be attacked. So now, if you look at where they can attack, it's all spearmen and bowmen. They can't attack my horses at all. The horses, as a reminder, have negative pierce resistance. Mounted units almost always have negative pierce resistance. So, they're going to have to attack not where they want to. Alright, they attacked a spearman who I didn't really care about. Now it is daytime. I have this knight. I would love to level him soon, or at least make progress towards leveling him. Now this is a one-hit kill, which I like. I want this to be a one-hit kill. It isn't quite yet. You have 5 XP. You're expendable. Oh, well, he accidentally got the kill. Oh well. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes you intend to get a kill and or give a kill to someone else, but the unit softening them up got all 3 hits. It happens. Now I am going to have to be careful of this Woes, because the Woes has very good Pierce and Impact and is vulnerable to Blade. And other than my archers with their lousy little short swords, my only blade is these 2 knights. In any case, I've dealt with the initial brunt of the attack, so now I'm going to be moving my expendable units up front. Expendable means they have very low XP. Still, the rule I'm doing for positioning is, if my unit is on flat ground, then they're not allowed to be next to forest. This one is, but I have that forest, so none of them are super vulnerable, and I don't want to put any of my horses somewhere they could be attacked. This guy, oh, he has strong and resilient. I like strong and resilient in this spearman, so I might actually end up leveling him up. Now, this is the moment when I want to defeat the Woes in one turn if I can. The reason is they regenerate, which means that they're very annoying to kill, but fortunately I got him too quickly for that to be an issue. Now, I see a elf out of forest, which makes easy target. You can get some healing because you have enough XP to care about. You are just, yeah, intelligent is not a trait I like. He's not even resilient. Yeah, but he softened up an opponent for one of the units I care about to get that kill. But which unit do I care about? None of these people have very much XP at all. Do I save him for next turn for one of my horses to kill? No, he would shoot at this horse, which I don't want. I'll just take him out now. You can finish him. Okay, maybe not. Alright, you can finish him. Okay, well, that took a few, but whatever. Alright, so more advancing forward. Unfortunately, I am about to be attacked. Probably one of my horses getting attacked, because I don't have... Well, can I... I guess... Okay, so I like this. This guy can either attack a horse, or he can be in a forest, but not both. When your enemy doesn't have good choices, that's a good sign. And I can also go up here and start bringing these guys forward. So, 2 losses, 10 kills, not a bad start at all. Alright, so that makes him a one-hit kill, and yeah, I'd like a one-hit kill. You can anyone reach that village? I don't think so. Oh well. Now, fun fact about the scouts, they actually have bad defense in villages. So if he wants to actually attack me from the village, he's going to make himself easy to attack. In any case, I'm going to keep using my expendable units as a screen to not let the elf near my valuable units. My valuable units here are the horses. Alright, we have an elf out of a forest, which is something I like to see. He's a melee unit, so I will attack with ranged. And miss with everything. Okay, I'll attack with this range. I did not miss with everything. Now, is this a nice one-hit kill? Not here. That is a one-hit kill. I can't actually take enough damage to get killed, so I will take that. Over here, let's see. Can I soften a little bit? That is a one-hit kill. I don't like the retaliation damage being that high, especially with these percentages. It's probably fine. Alright, well, I guess I'll use one of my other folks to get the kill. Yeah, the main reason I was probably fine, even though it got bad luck, was I had other people able to come in and get the kill. Oh, and getting the village. Oh, hey, I finally have positive gold income. Not positive gold, that's still negative. But I am no longer losing money every turn. Alright, you definitely need healing. Let's get a bunch of damage against you. Oh wait, is this a one-shot? Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm still trying to feed kills to my horsemen. And, well, my single horseman and my two knights. That is not a one-hit kill. I still don't care about the archers. They've done their job. And you now have a one-shot. Okay, so let's get you over here because you're quick. I could have sent them either way, but I wanted the one in the further back to be the quick one so we can catch up sooner. And everyone else can start advancing. Now, even though I've only had 2 losses, some of these units at this point are kind of the designated fodder. Anyone who still has, like, very little XP. Oh, can you move up? Oh, yes, you can, because nobody is nearby. Command V shows this is as far as my enemies can move, so I can safely go up here. I am standing next to forest, but it doesn't matter because no enemy can actually get to me. Alright, you only have 6 XP. Let's just expend the expendable unit. You have 11 XP. Is that enough to care about? Maybe. There's a one-shot though. Now, finally I'm getting some more villages. Ooh, I can use you as bait. Because I bet my opponent will love to kill somebody get 1 hit point, and then the only way they can is to stand right here in the open terrain with low defense. Bait is a very important part of manipulating the Wesnoth AI, and as long as you know which units you're willing to lose, it isn't too hard to do. Meanwhile, let's get you there to heal, you there to heal, and nobody's back here. The bait was taken. And somehow, this archer hasn't died yet. Good for you. Now, I do want to get this with a one-hit kill. You have too many hit points for that at the moment. So, alright, this is now a one-hit kill. And they're complaining that I'm aiding a necromancer, which obviously I'm not. I'm against necromancy. Can you get over here? 3 turns, 2 turns. Okay, 2 turns. And, oh, somebody should get that village. Hey, I'm gaining 13 gold per turn. Now, up ahead, I can't see this area. This is called Shroud. Once one of my units has the ability to move there, I will start being able to see it. Which, by the way, means that units that can move faster make better scouts. Alright, so you can get there in 3 turns. You are not going to get the pause to heal because you don't have enough XP for me to care about you. And everyone can go forward. Oh, encouraging people to get moving. So I've used half of my turns, and I'm about halfway through the map, which, to be clear, is in this case actually a good thing because the second half of the map is a lot quicker. And you can go there in a few more turns. Oh, he's not quick. I should have sent a quick unit over here to do that faster, but oh well. And you know what? Maybe you keep this bowman. Alright, so I get this village. I'm going to start moving. Okay. So I can now see them. Now, this right here, this is just the elves being dumb. I wonder who the necromancers are. Well, this side has literal skeletons walking around. This should not be a difficult decision. In any case, I have to kill the Dark Adept before the elves show up and don't know what an undead is when they see a skeleton with no flesh walking around. Anyway, moving everyone forward, well, almost everyone forward. At this point, it's turn 13, so after this I have 11 more turns, which should be plenty of time to defeat 3 units. The one thing that's very annoying is that I don't have the right damage types. I got a bunch of spearmen and a few bowmen because that's good against the elves, but these guys still have their high blade and pierce resistance. And it's nighttime. So when you have bad damage types against opponents and it's bad time of day, there's a very simple solution. Go backward, move away, retreat. Although I guess actually I am going to leave room for one little attack to happen. The reason is I'm 3 experience points away from gaining a level, and gaining a level will fully heal me. You can go here. I'm only missing 2 villages, so I'm getting 2 gold per turn less than the early finish bonus right now, which means I really don't have to rush. Alright, now, is there any possible way for me to die doing this? Yes, there is, so I won't do that. Now, it's still the second day of the second turn of night, so I'm not going to want to attack yet. But I can decide what terrain they are in. You can move backward. Who has the least experience points? You have 0 right here. So you can take the front row. And yeah. Yeah, so they can either attack the guy with no XP at all, which would be fine by me, or they can come and stand here in the open. Anyway, I'm just avoiding the fight right now because it's nighttime. That guy died, but he was not important. Now, my only goal is to kill this guy, the Muff Taurus, whatever. But I would like to get some XP, and now that it's day and I've had a bit of healing, I cannot possibly die in this attack. And I now got to level up. Arvith is now a paladin, and one very important thing about paladins, they have an arcane attack. Remember how these guys are really resistant to blade and pierce? Well, they're vulnerable to arcane. Now, I would like, if I can, to feed these guys as XP to some of my other units, and I have several expendable units to soak up the attacks. This guy has low XP, this guy has low XP, this guy has low XP. Yeah, these guys aren't really going to do any meaningful damage. They're basically just here to not be the ones to get killed. And I think... yeah, it's daytime, so I'm not going to take as much damage for doing this. And I have no plans to recall most of these guys, so it's okay if they get killed. You can move up here a bit. Alright, so now can I set this up? Will this be a kill? Probably. I want to give my horses these kills. Let's just go here first. Yeah. Lots of little ranged damage pieces. Is this a one-shot? No. Let's make it a one-shot. Okay, well, I did not mean to get that kill. There was only 1 out of 8 chance that that would happen. But now that it has happened, I suddenly care about this spearman, so I don't want him to die. I think I will actually try this. It's probably going to get the kill directly, but oh, lucky me, it didn't. That means that I can still feed this kill right here. Awesome. So only 1 guy left to take out. He can't get to a village, and he can't get to this guy. Ooh, this guy could level, actually. Who do I want to have level? You will not level. You will level if I get this attack in. Yeah, let's give him the level. So this guy is trying to taunt. My blade is at your throat. Fine. Go northeast. The passwords are Elibin and Drakenol. Well, we'll bring him with him. Oh. Alright, and that's the end of scenario 2. This is a journal from one of our enemies, but we're going to skip that. And 11 was the first password. Alright, so this one is going to let me recall a bit more because I do not need to save on units this time, and because I have some units that are actually really worth recalling. I'm going to get these guys, and you know what? Do I want... I think I want that guy. Now, I'm actually not going to recruit or recall anymore this turn because I don't have a lot of villages yet. But as I move out, that is going to change. And you can get there in a couple turns. Now, something I want to note here. If you look... okay, we can't see it yet, but I'll show you in a moment. I will get a few footpads as expendable fodder, but this is actually all I'm going to be bringing. Ah, oh look, more guys here. And the password was Dreknall. So those passwords really help. They got me to skip a total of 8 enemies with a total of 16 levels, which you can imagine would make the scenario a bit more challenging. You can still beat them, but there's no real reason to. So, let's take a look here. Now, there are some orcs here. With Command V, you can see only one of them can actually get out to me, so I'm not really in danger, even though it's nighttime. But the other thing I want to note is, looking at the time of day, this is a 6-day time of day schedule. Indoors, it's a 1-turn time of day schedule. It's always dark. So essentially, that is good news for my footpads and bad news for every other unit I have. Therefore, I am going to try to fight outside as much as I can. I will have to go inside, but I want to deal with the bulk of the fighting outside. Oh, he hit every single time. Alright, let's move you back to where you can get some healing, and you up here. And let's just stand in this position. Ooh, I can use bait. Let's see if this guy takes the bait, because I would love to fight him much further away from his allies. So hopefully he will attack one of these expendable footpads that I have. This footpad is not expendable. That footpad has enough XP. Alright, let's see if he takes the bait. He does. Oh, that's excellent. So, ranged attacks melee because I don't want to take damage back. And will I get this kill right now? Maybe. I don't think that I want to get it this turn, actually. So I'll just let him sit here. Ooh, actually, no. I will bait him towards exactly the guy I want. Meanwhile, I now am going to bait out another orc. This guy can come out. He's the only one who can attack me because Command V shows the others can't reach. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want melee to attack melee when my opponents are doing it. Oh, he didn't come out. Okay. Oh well. Now at this point, I want to give this XP to one of my guys with more close leveling. There we go. Don't know what the orcs are doing, but hey, I got a level. Now, it's time to, again, play it nice and safe. This guy can actually move up because, fun fact about paladins, they heal their allies for 4 hit points who are next to them, and this guy needs just 4 more hit points to heal. And they're not coming out. Well, that is annoying. I wanted them to come out. Are they not being done? That is so strange for the AI. Oh well. I guess I will just have to make the bait a little bit more tempting. No. I want somebody with enough hit points to survive being there to be up here. Everyone here either has lots and lots of hit points or is somebody I'm okay with losing. Oh, did I leave? Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. Alright, so I definitely have some poison. I do not like that. Time to step forward. And I am now doing more damage with these guys. Oh, I think there's a chance to level. Well, not quite level. He needs one more XP, but I don't think he's about to be killed in one hit. Now for the guy here, he's a level 2 orc, so I do want to take him out. That's not a one-shot. He's just gonna have to survive one more turn. Oh well, I don't think I'm gonna lose anyone I need. This guy has lots of hit points, so he's okay. That guy's expendable, so he's okay. That guy got the level. That guy... Oh, hey, even he survived. Wow, did I just not lose anyone there? Alright, well, I lost one guy earlier, but still, that's pretty good. So, where do I want to send the XP? This is a one-shot, but the damage is enough to kill me. So I'll just go back to doing ranged versus melee. Yeah, much safer that way. You are not worth saving because you only have 6 XP. Although, yeah, no, I'm not going to bother there. Mainly I'm just like biding my time until it's day. But you can still do a little bit of damage here. Yeah. And you can... Actually, you have enough hit points to take the front line, I think. You are going to be killed shortly, but honestly, I already have 2 outlaws, so that's fine. Is this a one-shot? No. Is this a one-shot? No. You are going to be expendable. Yeah, I think he'll be the bait. So I'm definitely about to lose some units now. There's 1, there's 2. Alright. Oh, I let him get in. Okay. Now, the sun is rising. Damage will be good. This is the time to... Well, not for these guys, but this will be the time to counterattack. Do I want to risk this? Not really. I don't think I do. Okay. I'll just play it safe. And this is now a one-hit kill. And you are going to be my last sacrifice, I believe. You might get poisoned, but you did. Okay. Alright. My last sacrifice has been sacrificed. And at this point, I don't plan to lose any more of my units. Oh, well that just kept missing. Okay, you can go here to heal. You can go here to heal. You can go here to get a... Oh, somebody up there? Yeah, okay, that's not a problem. And you can go here to get a probably kill. Alright then. So, that was the bulk of the fighting done outdoors. I lost 4, all of which were my 4 new recruits, so I didn't really care about them. And I took out the bulk of my opponents. And I have not even used half my turns. Alright, so, heading right on in. You need 9 XP to level, so I should be able to get that guy to level up. Although, do I want a little bit more healing before I go in? I probably do. I'll let those guys scout for a bit, but I'm not going to do any serious fighting yet. You can go over here and here. Yes, there's the greater reach letting me see further. And this guy, I'm just not going to stand where he can attack. Meanwhile, my outdoor force is healing up. They'll be joining shortly. And I think... Oh yeah, no, this is fine. I have 2 level 2 guys against 1 level 1 guy. That is a win. You can go over here and head over towards that little chest. It's a chest of gold. Arvith is 4 hit points from max. This guy, Magrid, is 1 hit point from max. You can get 1 more turn healing. Alright then. So, my enemies can't get very far. I'm just going to stand where they cannot reach because why not? And I am fully healed and refreshed and ready to deal with the last 2 guys here. And given that I have a total of 6 units versus 2, I'm feeling good about my odds. Now, here is a paladin who is awesome with an arcane attack, which, oh, that didn't kill him yet, but it's pretty close. Exploring over here. Oh look, there's my brother. But this guy has the key, so I'm going to have to deal with that. which just means, well, I have to take out the enemy Dark Sorcerer. In any case, I don't want this guy to be attacked by the ghost just yet. He is low on hit points. Do I want to risk this? What are my odds? 60%. I don't love those odds. Maybe I'll just avoid using this guy in fighting. Anyway, I like these odds much better. There we go. And I can just start attacking here. Yeah, I have 65 hit points. I am not afraid of the counterattack. I don't think he can kill any of my units on this turn. Well, except this guy, but he can't get to him this turn. Now, you can see why I healed up. I'm already down to 19 hit points. They do a lot of damage inside. But I should be... Ooh. Do I take this gamble? No, there's no reason to take that gamble. I will take the much safer approach of doing this. Alright, well, they're talking about somebody else, but I'm not interested in that right now because I just got the key, so I'm going to be heading over here to rescue my brother. And you can just... He's not fighting anyway. He can go outside to heal. I do want to finish off this ghost, which shouldn't be too hard to do. I missed a lot there, but that's fine. And you can also attack. Huh, not beaten yet. Okay, well then, I guess I'll just keep attacking. Wow, luck is not with me on this day. There we go. Okay, and now I rescue my brother, and he's been saved. And now we have a bit more journaling. But essentially, the backstory here is that a while ago, these two were fighting together. Baran decided to attack an orc that he got obsessed with, which was not the tactically sound choice, and Arvid has been mad at him ever since then. Also, that same orc hired the necromancers to kidnap Baran as part of revenge. In any case, final scenario, looking at these, there's enemies and humans, same team as me, so me and my ally have a combined 273 gold versus the 200 of my opponent. They have a lot more income, so, I don't want to go too slow, but overall, this is not going to be too challenging of a scenario. I'm just recalling everyone good. Do I want to recall these folks? No, not really. Spearmen are awesome. I'm just going to start using a bunch of spearmen. Alright, you can go over here. You can go over here. We'll give them a little bit of expendable backup, and everyone else is heading north. Oh, and to be clear, I need to learn about what's happening in the village. This is the village. This is where my enemy is. And as mentioned, this is the last scenario, so gold doesn't really matter here. But I still like to get villages anyway. Well, time to spend the rest of my money on spearmen because spearmen are awesome. When in doubt, get spearmen. I guess my last one could have been a recall because I had enough gold to make it a recall, but I'm not too worried. Alright, you two keep heading there. Everybody else, we are heading north. And I can see some orcs here. That is an assassin. They are annoying because they have poison, but he cannot reach me yet. And to be clear, Baran I do lose if he dies, and he only has 42 hit points, unlike Arvid who has 77. So I am trying to make sure nobody can get to him. That's why I'm making the little screen of units. Other than that, here's my pile of spearmen moving forward. Some fighting is happening there, and I will be involved shortly. Oh, hello, Wolf Rider? Now, That is an unknown village, which I am going to get just in case. There's a... Oh, hello. Somebody's glad to see me. And apparently the orcs came to start trying to enslave them as soon as we left. And the orcs we're fighting are the same as the ones who wanted Baran kidnapped, which makes you wonder why he would not just go and get Baran immediately. But, well, let's just say this story is perfunctory. This is mainly here to do a tutorial, not really to be an engaging story. The fog is like the shroud, but when I move away from somewhere, it gets refogged. Oh, he's coming towards me here. That's great. The sun is rising, so there's a great time for me to do fighting. This guy does need to cure his poison at some point. But do I have a one-hit kill here? Yes, I do. I can cure the poison later. It's probably not a big deal. In any case, time to keep advancing. I want kind of my southmost units to do the fighting. The reason is that I want to be able to move forward as much as possible. So essentially have the guy furthest in the back who can reach do this attack, so he's moving full speed forward anyway. Similarly here. And you can get right into the thick of things and probably end up getting killed, but that's okay. And let's just make sure there's not too much of an opening. I am going to take these guys and start advancing forward. Because I do want to attack from multiple directions, just to make sure that wherever my opponent goes, they can't really defend themselves. Yeah, the expendable guy died as expected, and that is okay. It's okay when the people who are supposed to die end up dying. Oh, he's a leader. I don't actually have to keep him alive, but I'd like to. Oh, one-shot kill. Now, I do need to start being a little careful with Arvith. He's under 50 hit points. Oh, nice. Level up. Let's get some kills here. And you... Honestly, I'm just going to let you be a sacrifice. I don't feel like taking the time for this unit to go and heal up. They're not a mandatory unit to survive. So I believe that they're about to be attacked from many sides. And let's start marching through the hills. You start grabbing villages. You start moving forward. You grab villages. And hey, we're almost there. And this is where we recognize that this Tyrok that he was mentioned briefly earlier is the same orc that Baran burned when he left his post all those years ago. I think it's closure of that story beat or something. That guy died as expected, but it was worth it. Alright, 41 hit points, you're gonna go get some healing. Now, I do want to attack here. I think that's not a one-shot yet. Because this guy is getting high in XP, I want to be sure he doesn't level. So I just take away that chance. The assassin is annoying, so I'm going to get rid of him. I'm going to get rid of him before he has a chance to poison anyone else. I'm going to try and get this troll low before he has a chance to heal up. And this troll, I don't have a great way to attack him, so I'm just going to gang up with everyone. Because when you gang up 4 to 1... Oh, he still survived. Okay, fine. Anyway, moving on. Let's start loading up damage on this guy. That was not very smart of me. Oh, I'm going to lose this knight. Okay, well, mistakes were made. I'm definitely still going to win. I have just overwhelming force at this point. So, we're going to attack some more. We're going to attack some more. We're going to attack some more. And I am gonna hold Braun back just because I might get... I notice myself becoming careless because the scenario is nearly done, so I'm just going to not give myself a chance to lose. You can definitely advance. You can keep that village out of the hands of an enemy, and you can stay back where it's safe. Okay. Oh hey, he stepped off of his keep. This is great news because it means I can just step right here, and now his current units are all he'll ever have. The reason is that he can only recruit on his keep, and as long as this strong, resilient spearman survives, there is no chance that he can get more units, meaning there are 4 orcs left total. You can stay back. You can... I guess you can start whittling his hit points down a little. And you can stay back where it's safe. Oh, do I want to try this? Not really. This is a one-hit kill, though. There we go. 3 orcs left to finish the campaign. Alright, and now? 3 orcs to go. Wow, I'm just messing with all these things. Okay. Well, I was not expecting that result, but fortunately it doesn't really matter. 2 orcs to go. You guys stay back, and you keep standing there. Oh, that guy actually leveled. Huh, good for him. I think I'll take that anyway. This is not really necessary, but I feel like having the leader be the last orc I defeat. So I'm doing this. There we go. Okay, so now I cannot die from this attack, and he has no way back there. Okay, everyone is finished. And that is the conclusion. I give this particular campaign a C- because the plot doesn't really work. If the orc really wanted revenge on the mage and hired the undead to do it, then he wouldn't be here right afterward. He would just go and get the mage he wants revenge on. And if he doesn't want the revenge, then why would he go to the effort of hiring the undead? Still, it introduces some key mechanics. You see movement, you see damage types, and you see the value of using fodder to defend yourself. So that ends the A Tale of Two Brothers campaign. There's a little epilogue. You can take a look and read it if you like, but that is the end.